Fall like yellow on leaves, ball like an all-white shirt, no sleeves. Tell a hoe fuck with a nigga like me. Brewing a coffee, these niggas is sleep. You niggas weak, chic. The web look at the boots, fleet. Headache, dick out a hook till she give me a headache. Send me a text, I ain't reading no essay. Fall back, yeah, get fall back, yeah, get back, 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 fall back, 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 back. I only like bad bitches with a thick ass, a big ass, or no ass. As long as she can really suck dick with a hoe ass. And I don't mean to call you a hoe, cause I don't know that. And if I never call you again, I mean you throw back. We only met once, but we fuck like we go back. Way, way back, run a train, now we on track. But you can never ever be my man, you a whole snap. You said it on your IG page, I ain't say that, like say that. Lay back, head in the back of the Maybach. Play that, slob on my knob, just see J that. I be in the streets like a strip rat. I will never be with a ring, cause he ain't finna take half. I be on my kid shit, one girl, one side chick, and a mistress. Old bitch sending me a text like she misses. The only way she getting back in is if she kissed this. Fall back, yeah, get fall back, yeah, get back, 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 fall back, 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 back. Fall back, yeah, get back, doo-doo-doo. Fall back, yeah, get back, doo-doo-doo. Fall back, yeah, get back, doo-doo-doo. Fall back, yeah, get back, back. Fall back, yeah, get fall back, yeah, get back, 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 fall back, 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 fall back, yeah, get back. Fall back, yeah, get
Okay. Everything's looking good. I always got to make sure something's functional on my end, but that's just because I have no faith in OBS in any capacity because I've been burned too many times in my days running. I should have had this set up yesterday because I realized it shows up on camera pink, and it was like Pink Horse Day. But anyways, yesterday we did Gotcha Slop. Today, I think it's like the first like real big budget game that we've done on stream since maybe Fear. So that was like last Halloween, if I remember correctly. So we're doing Stellar Blade. We're not doing like a new game. We're going to be doing New Game Plus. And the reason that is because I haven't really dipped my fingers in a New Game Plus yet. And like I mentioned on the last stream, it's very much a, how would I describe it? It would be like a, more like an abridged version of the gameplay experience, because a lot of the side content, a lot of the more adventure game aspect of it, it's already done. Like I scoured the game for all the cans, all the most of the collectibles, because I'm pretty sure I missed some of the outfits. And in a new game plus, there's still side content to do, some of the side quests, some of the exploring, and that's only because there's newer outfits in New Game Plus. So, but it's gonna be less of me wandering around. I'm gonna try to like kind of not today, obviously, but like get through an entire playthrough of New Game Plus. You kind of want to do it just because there's 3 endings to the game. You got to play it all. You got to beat New Game Plus and then get all 3 endings to get the 100% trophy rate or achievement rate in this case. So you're gonna be playing it on PC. I'll show this off now because it's sitting on my desk here. But we got our lovely Anna statue here from Goddess of Victory Nikke, and that's sort of fitting because Nikke and Stellar Blade are both shift up games. And on the PC version, it came out with like a Nikke themed DLC, so there was some side content, a new boss fight, which you might jump into today, like the harder version of it, and some outfits that were Nikke specific. So we'll throw those on as well too, because it's fun, and I like to have fun on this stream for the most part. Stellar Blade, I think it definitely, as far as like how people perceived it, was more controversial than it needed to be, and that's because the rhetoric online surrounding games that have like attractive female leads or not attractive female leads is all this sort of like kind of like gamer conservative discourse, and like people definitely over politicized it, and it became like too important of a talking point. I'm a gooner. I play gacha games. Like I'll admit that, you know what I mean? But for the most part, like I like the game a lot. I like games that have like attractive female or like cool female characters, you know what I mean? I'll play something like Space Marine 2, which is not at all a sexy game because it's set in the Warhammer 40k universe. And I'll play shit like this too because it's fun and I enjoy it. I'm not cranking hog to Stellar Blade by any stretch of the means. It's not the titillation is really overblown, I think. But there are definitely outfits that are on the risque side, but it feels more like Dead or Alive, like Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball, or the Extreme series, if you want to call them that, which came out, the original one came out like years and years and years and years ago on the original Xbox, and I was around for that because I'm old as fuck, but doesn't matter. Anyways, even that was more, even that like a game that's like almost 20 years old, and a franchise that's been around forever, and that's definitely leaned into the sexy, has been much more horny, and has been horny for longer than something like Shift Up's output, right? Which has kind of either been gacha games, and gacha games for the most part, unless you're playing like Limbus Company, it's always kind of leaned into like the waifu culture, kind of the sex appeal, gooner mindset stuff, right? That's how it is. You can love it, you can hate it, whatever, right? Doesn't matter. Stellar Blade, I think it's like kind of a nice fitting to make that Dead or Alive comparison, because it feels like it's hard not to make comparisons to games like Dark Souls. It definitely doesn't play like Dark Souls at all, but I would say it's more kind of like a Zelda-esque adventure game mixed with something like Ninja Gaiden, right? Which is canon in the Dead or Alive universe, or like somewhat canon, right? Because some of the characters have crossovers between the two games and whatnot. Because it's very like there's strategy, like you got to parry, dodge, and stuff like that. But I definitely feel like it's more of an action-oriented game, and that's why I think I got into it. And like I played this more recently than I played. Well, not true, but I started playing Dark Souls again, Dark Souls 2. Got about an hour and a half into it, and like I played Stellar Blade fairly recently, and the last kind of Souls game I played was like Elden Ring, and that was before Shadows of the Erd Tree, before Night Rain, whatever. But that was a long time ago, and like I would say if I played that, excuse me, maybe my skill set would be at least a little bit would carry over into Dark Souls 2, but no, like playing this and moving to a Souls game is like night and day. It's two different monsters. So whatever. And on the topic of that too, I was just thinking about it. Now I have one for all 3 Dark Souls games, but I got these like lovely future press books, and I was just thinking about them because they're sitting here as well too. And company's still around, if I'm not mistaken, because I think they do. They did one for Metaphor, and they did one for all the Elden Ring. They did one for Elden Ring, the expansion, and Night Rain. As far as like these really nice hardcover strategy guides, and now really this is only good for looking for items, I would say, because like the content that's in here, because this came out at launch, had been updated since, and I'm playing the Xbox One version of the game, which is the Scholars of the First Sin. So that one has all the expansions in it, and it has like all like redone enemy placements and stuff like that for that version, and like everything enemy wise, everything content wise, aside from the maps and the where items are located and stuff like that, like strategy stuff, like talking about stats and shit. Like this was like outdated by week 2, but it's fun to have. I like having like big hardcover things like that. I'm a big fan of really nice physical shit. Like I would never be that guy that went out and bought like a paperback strategy novel or anything like strategy guide. Really ever, even back when I was like a kid and stuff like that, and when that was like when that was the way to do it. And like the content you're gonna get in here, it's like it's a physical copy. Like you could always go on something like Fextra Life and always have like better access to stuff, right? But it is what it is. I like having it. It's fun. But enough yapping about Dark Souls, because we're here to play Stellar Blade. So we're gonna just jump straight into New Game Plus. I'm gonna be playing it on a controller because I'm a fucking dork. Yeah. All my equipment and stuff. We're gonna pull from that save. And we'll keep a normal one. I think it's still harder on New Game Plus regardless, but it doesn't matter. I might have to move the camera when we get into gameplay because I don't remember where all the menus are.
Now, Airborne Squad 7 will exterminate the Alpha Nativas occupying District 3. Their objective is the capture or dispatchment.
We'll run through this again because it's been a while since I've seen the opening.
Entering atmosphere.
1 minute until threshold is reached.
And this compared to something like even their own games when it comes to things like Nikkei, the English voice acting is, in comparison to like what you would hear in a gacha game, is like night and day. It's like incredibly well done in comparison. I have to wear a sweater indoors right now, just because we're in a heat wave until Wednesday, I think, and I'm like right under our air conditioning vents in this apartment, and I have no control over it, which sucks. But I think I've complained about it on stream before. But like, I'm freezing while people outside are getting fucking cooked. But I'll take that over. I'll put the audio bit here. I'll take that over getting cooked, and there's forest fires right now in Canada, so I'll take that over breathing in Beijing levels of air pollution at the moment too, because it's really bad. It's really bad right now. We'll watch through this while I think it'll start me my last costume too, which is gonna be kind of funny. Shoot with your namesake. That figure is also part of like a set of 4 that were Sega ones, and I've been told that the Sega stuff is very hit or miss when it comes to their figures, but this one's really well done, and I think a lot of it has to do with a lot of Sega. Oh yeah, it's just wearing the last outfit I had. A lot of the Sega stuff is like designed to be arcade machine prizes, right? Like Sega, the modern Sega is all like game centers and stuff like that and software, right? So it looks nicer than your average arcade prize. So I'll give it that. I think I was supposed to hold it, and then I realized it. Or I just was supposed to fail the quick time event. I don't even remember.
Taki? Eve, are you alright? This place is dangerous. Take my hand.
I gotta quick time event that. Oh, she's got the skin suit on. Not my outfit, but she's wearing the same hair and stuff. Okay, never mind. I take that back. We're running the base outfit with just my, the last choice I had for hair and glasses and earrings, I guess. Wonder if I can change it from here, though.
This way to the gondolas.
Oh, I can. Okay. Let us run while we're here. Since we got an Annis figure, we'll run the Annis skin. There was also a deer collab because that's all you get when you're playing Nier. Or that's the only new Nier game you get is crossovers with other fucking games. There we go. We'll be Annis mode.
You take the left. I'll take care of this side.
Just do some hacking and slashing. And they die in 2 hits because I'm probably still way overpowered for where we're supposed to be.
Coordinates? Rendezvous point is at 2 o'clock. 400 meters in front of us. That was close. Come here. Careful with your jump. Watch out! It's an unlisted native. I'll handle this one. Watch out! There's more. Great. Let's go.
So the combat in Stellar Blade, you may have saw that like yellow flash when I was fighting that one thing. Like I said, it's the emphasis is definitely on parrying and dodging, mostly parrying. You'll see more parry dodge specific stuff when you get into like the opening boss fight. I'm pretty sure. But it's basically just like timing blocks. There'll be certain attacks where like enemies will flash colors, and then that'll be something you have to like watch out for. So it's kind of like gets a little hectic with some boss fights, but like I don't know.
Let's get out of here before more of them show up. Rendezvous point in sight.
I find it to be very playable,
This way!
very manageable. Nice challenge. I don't know about the actual hard mode, but like even the normal mode, especially with like later boss fights, it's like there's a nice challenge to it. It's like a fun game. Like at no point was I playing it and I was just like annoyed with the level of difficulty, even like fighting bosses on hard mode, and like because you can go in, you can challenge, you can play hard mode versions of bosses and stuff like that. And then there's like stuff you can unlock with it as well too. The only boss I would say like I found to be annoying would be the one that you fight in the opening here. You can find one later on, and kind of like when you're exploring, and there's like he's a boss at the end of a side quest, and he has like this AoE attack, so you can find him. I would say I don't want to say earlier than you're supposed to, but like it was one of those things where like I feel like I went into it
The squad's life signs.
with like shit skills.
Only 2 left.
And then yeah, I got like wrecked by I kept getting wrecked by like its AoE attacks, and then it was just kind of like at that point it became more of a skill issue than anything. I just wasn't ready to like.
Pull yourself together.
I wasn't in enough of a dodge chat or anything like that yet, right? So I find dodging is a little bit more.
We haven't completed our mission.
You have to be more precise,
Now it's just up to us to see this mission through.
especially with like AoE stuff. So it's kind of annoying for that, but. Got the tactical belly shown.
Eve, are you ready?
In like 3 seconds, but we also have Tacky helping us here, so, and it's also like the the first thing you see is that's like considered a boss in this game, so. And what's cool is I'm running this on a laptop, and I like
It wasn't an alpha.
not a.
Strong one.
It's not a great laptop, I'll be honest. Like I like it. It does everything I need it to do, but it's nice that this game is pretty well optimized to you know, I could run this on high with like no hiccups.
Frame is serious. We have to find the supply camp.
As long as I don't have too much running in the background, which I don't. Like I've explained this before, like all the streaming shit's here.
Eve!
Laptops here. We're running it on 2 devices.
Eve, are you alright?
But that's okay.
Alpha Nativa.
The story, I would say, is like pretty cliche in a lot of ways. Like you kind of know where it's going right away, but for the most part, it's good. Like halfway through, you're like, "Oh, okay, I know exactly how this is going to end," but that's perfectly fine. We're playing a stylized action game. We're not playing like Expedition 33 here. You know what I mean? I'm not looking for deep, you know, philosophical plot points or anything like that, right?
Get out of here.
Oh, name drop. And if you ever played DK, I'd say like the story isn't the same by any stretch, but it's kind of like feels a lot. There's like elements of it that are kind of the same, right? Like you're fighting post-apocalyptic scenario. Instead of fighting alien robots, you're fighting alien meat monsters in this one, right? Some of them are robots, but that's for later on.
It's quiet.
Still, make sure to stay cautious. It's where the Alpha Nativa is.
Now, I think stylistically, So this is like really the first area in the game, and it kind of gets you kind of acclimatized to, it's not really a dungeon, but like how these sort of like it's open-ended, but it's like just kind of like free-roaming open area regions work. And it's also,
I'll be supporting you.
stylistically, I think it's the best area, which is cool. 807, I think is what it's called. So it's definitely like, I think my favorite, just because it's kind of got this like real like,
So this
yeah, 807.
must be 807.
Yes. This was the final battlefield of civilization. It was also known as a truly colossal city.
Something is falling from the sky. A strange sensation. This must be Earth's rain.
We can admire the scenery later. We have a job to do here.
It's kind of got like this aesthetic that's like, it's like
Terrain data's changed recently.
Art Deco plus, Art Deco, I guess is what it's pronounced, my bad.
Be careful.
But like Art Deco plus, like European. And, unsurprisingly, because again, they own both of the franchises, but there was a,
Something is coming.
there was a Nikkei and well, I had already mentioned there was a Nikkei collab in this game, and then there was also a Stellar Blade collab in Nikkei, and they definitely used
This is the legion that was killed in the final war.
they used the aesthetic of this area as the one that as the one in Nikkei,
A type of entry permit.
which is cool. How do I collect again? Oh, yeah. Right trigger. Now we probably don't need any of the currency stuff because I probably have about 1 trillion of it, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we can change that. Yeah, up here you can see it in the corner there. Now, what you can see in the bottom corner here is I'll just kind of move me. But over here, on this side, that's sort of, you can see like different side equipment. Like you can use a fishing rod. The fishing is kind of a big pain in the ass, but it's a part of the side content. Same with the camera. But you can use like mines, grenades, and stuff like that. Never bothered with it. Up here is different, like health equipment. Your tumbler is your Estus flask for the most part, and obviously at the bottom there we have our shields, and our two kind of like special attack meters. And then over in this corner, I don't think there's anything, but yeah, like if I get into combat mode, you can see like the different. You can have our, what do they call this one? Burst kills, and then over here is our kind of like special attacks, but we don't have that saved up. But burst you would get just by getting into combat, blocking attacks, and you definitely use those more than anything. And then the other attacks are more for. You'll find it as more of like kind of like they're more kind of like not finishing moves, but they're more like AOE attacks for the most part. You'll run into these passwords a lot too. I think if I'm not mistaken, I'm not going to go into it just because I feel like it'll spoil a little bit too much, but
It worked.
maybe I will check quickly here on the databank. And then we have new special attack upgrades, and this is sort of a new game plus thing as well too. But the data bank has like your enemy lists and stuff like that, and then passcodes. Now, yeah, so this doesn't carry over the passcodes, but every area has these. Sometimes like this one they're mandatory. Other ones they like there's skins and stuff like that I would have missed the first time around. Those you would unlock like skins and shit.
Because of the city's unstable terrain.
And like I said, there's like a lot of them. Like you can just go into here, you can like go through a lot of alternate versions of them. There's the bear, and like you saw, like when I was kind of digging through it, there's like near ones, so you can dress up as like 2B or A2 and stuff like that. And some of the side characters, like you can't do it now, but I can change the drone. I can change what Adam looks like, which is kind of neat. And then we'll take the glasses off. And this isn't wear glasses. It's a robot. Even though there's blind robots. Oop. No, off. There we go. Anyways. What was I yapping about? I don't remember anymore. We're just gonna kill guys for now. And then that bar that pops up there, that SP one, SP is what you'd use to upgrade skills and stuff like that. So, killing lots of Natiba gets you lots of experience and yada yada yada. Stuff like weapon upgrades. I don't know if I can upgrade the sword or the drone gun further. Now we start with the drone gun in this one. That's not something you usually get until later on. That you would have to get, like, the drone. You have to find part. Actually, both of them, the drones and the sword. You have to find like specific parts for. Usually, you get sword upgrades from beating bosses, but there are something you can buy too. This is our little history event there. How we got here.
It's nothing.
From here on, you have to stay alert, Eve.
So camps are functionally the bonfires of the game because it does all the Natibas respawn. You can upgrade skills and stuff like that from here. This is where you would have to do it. I bet you I need like a shit ton to do it. 6, yeah. Okay. That's cool. I use a lot of those burst skills. You can buy items here, and then you can play around with the soundtrack and stuff like that as well too. And then some of them are there's like Nikkei ones here. I'll put the Summer Seaside on because it's a bop. And then there's like bigger camps, and then there's more stuff you can do there, and they act as like a respawn point as well too. And then we start with the dash and the double jump now, since again we have all of the abilities. So a lot of the side stuff, I don't want to say it's easier now, but like we don't have to worry as much about the difficulties when it comes to traversing aren't really there anymore.
There's another supply box over here.
Did someone forget to retrieve this?
I'm sure there are more.
Probably don't need any of the stuff, like the currency stuff like that.
So look carefully.
But you know, it helps to, because you need really all we need is gold to buy stuff. Like you can get these like they call them WB pumps, and those you would need to, like, you can revive with them. So these guys here, I forget what they're called, because I don't want to go into the screen. But I would say they're the second worst enemy, and then these guys, these floating squidmans, are, I would say, are probably the third worst. You find these like I also forget what they're called, like burrowers or something like that later on, that are you find them kind of in like the second free roam area, and they're like, they crawl around in the sand and shit like that, and I find those guys to be the most like obnoxious enemies, because they like, not that they don't come out of nowhere, because you can see them swimming around in the sand, but like
Are other cities in a similar state?
sometimes they have this like lunge attack, like
It's looking pretty good. After the colony extinction, most places were nothing but dust. Huh? Wait, there's a fusion cell. Oh, surprise. At least the fusion cell's intact.
Take that.
Fusion cell?
It's a high-energy compression battery. Thanks to that, Earth's night isn't dark yet.
Oh, it's the previous generation of the Infinity Cell.
Be sure to keep that. It's very valuable.
Need our cells. It's nice that I can like one tap them, so that's good. An enemy, like, you'll find obviously like some of the same enemies and same areas and stuff like that, which is cool, I guess, but like they get real that's what I think we need a password for. Yeah, okay. So there isn't a skin in that one, but there is like I think there's like a side quest for that, but because you find the password elsewhere. And then what's nice is you can come back to the same areas too. Like you'll see it as we kind of progress through this, but there's like a lake area in the middle of the map, and
It's a trap.
you can drain the lake when you come back, and then there's like a whole kind of like, not really like an underground area, but there's like a whole like other half of the city you can explore, and there's some secrets down there, side quests down there. It's pretty cool. So like you definitely would, I would say, compared to other like non-free roam areas, you spend more time here than other ones, which is cool. But like I said, I like it. I like the aesthetic of it. So for me, that's fine. Yeah, there's like no challenges. But that's okay. We're just here to adventure, bro. That's all. And we have like the fully upgraded version of the scan, I think, as well too. Yeah, you can see guys all over there. There's some dead guys. Can I get in here? No, I gotta go around. So you can see where like objects are located and people and chests and stuff like that, which is neat. And then obviously you get some more detail as you upgrade it. Okay, not done there. Oh, there's other. Got the lovely yellow paint so that even someone like Darkside Phil could play this. Been idiot proof. Oh, that was stupid, but we survived. Sometimes like the jumping and the platforming is kind of awkward in this, but obviously that was just me being stupid this time. But I don't think there's really anything else up here. Let's get to the top of the statue. No, there's a visible wall. Okay, whatever. We got our Bitcoin. You can buy stuff with that too. Like skins and stuff like that cost Bitcoins as opposed to gold. And then usually you need them to activate the camps, but the camps, there's always one nearby anyway, so you're fine there. It's sort of a... not irrelevant, but... I probably could have scanned to see if there's something out there. Yeah, no, there's nothing. Oh, I kind of got turned around, too. What am I doing? Yeah, because it's that bridge. Okay. I went backwards. But I didn't know about the statue, so I guess that's kind of new. You can just climb that if you wanted to. And then when you're running in the open world areas, you get like a faster run, too, which is kind of neat. Comes in handy. For traversing.
This way.
Yeah.
There are traces of markers left behind by the Legion.
Swing, swing.
Follow the markers and it'll lead you somewhere.
I think there's another chest if we go up, but we don't really have to do that. And
We have to
then,
cross here.
yeah, there's a crate here.
See the ladder behind me?
Can't reach the ladder. The water level is too low.
Try using the plank.
And then with the double jump and stuff like that, this whole like area traversal here too, you can, I don't want to say you can skip it necessarily, but it's definitely a lot easier to get around it. But even then you gotta like climb up onto the plank. Usually you have to like move it. And then we just fucked up the jump up, but that's okay. I'm not very smart, so we can just go there. See, wow. Trivialized it. And you can respawn at camps too, obviously. So again, they're like that would be
We have to go through this building. Try putting
the obvious Dark Souls comparison would be the kind of the bonfire-esque locations when you're doing your exploring. Boom.
The crack is quite deep. It's going to be difficult to pass. We'll have to go across, past the parking tower.
Oh, so another thing too, that little symbol that's kind of in the corner there, that's got the flashing, rotating lights that you can see on the screen. That's called Tacky mode. Obviously, after our friend Tacky from earlier, and that you can kind of activates like a special mode
In a place like this.
where you're kind of briefly immortal and you have a lot of these like really spastic special
It's
attacks.
a depot, set up by the airborne squad who came here before.
Looks like it's been abandoned for a long time. How come they set up a camp in a corner like this?
Well, the supply camp also serves as an important base.
Is this parking lot important?
It could also mean that this place is very dangerous.
Then I guess this place could be useful for us.
Yeah, see, like all of these have like a Bitcoin hidden somewhere as well too. So, again, not that I don't have like 1.5 trillion of them kicking around, but yeah. Oh, you can invent. So yeah, you have these weapon cores. Your sword caps out at 15, but obviously we can upgrade it a little bit further because I do have some cores because there are more than you need. Because there are more than 15 bosses in this game. Your tumbler is like I said, the Estus flask, and then looks like we have like a tumbler tier 2 that we can get as well too. That's new. And the spines are like so. Oh, and there's new stuff to unlock for the drone too. So the drone is your gun, as well as obviously that little floating thing around that Adam's talking through, and in. So yeah, you can use it as a gun, obviously. You can set it up to shoot. So upgrading the drone gives you better scan, gives you different options to use like different ammo and upgrading that and stuff. You can fast travel from these camps too. Really only matters on like subsequent playthroughs of the area and or going through or like the open world when you're kind of traversing through that way because it's
Adam,
Yeah.
about yesterday. Thank you for
traveling is not a pain, but like sometimes it's like really like if you're looking for a specific like side quest or if you're like
Though I have used up almost all of the exospine
you know where the cans are.
collected over the years.
Oh,
It's all right. That now means we can help each other.
We'll scratch your back, scratch mine. Handshake deal.
We can track down the Alpha Nativa together. And, well, I'd have trouble making it out here by myself anyway. If If you can locate the Hall of Records, you'll have done more than enough.
Listen, don't worry. I promise. I'll make sure to repay you.
So a bit of lore stuff, I guess, if we can go, 'cause I guess we can go over it without spoiling too much, is that in the kind of like the final war with the Natibas, the remnants of humanity are located in space now. There are still people living on the Earth, obviously, like Adam, and there's some other characters and stuff like that. Of like mechanically enhanced humans, like they have the exospines, they have like biotic upgrades and shit. But most people live on like a space colony, so that's obviously the beginning of the game was that, right? Obviously, we came down, we got drop shipped.
Adam, get back!
She doesn't know what rain is. It's the wrong dodge. So when they glow blue or purple, you got to either dodge backwards or forward. And then when they glow yellow like that, it means it has to be dodged, or you get fucked like that. You can't parry the attack. And that was a shit dodge in my end. See that we can parry. That I should have dodged forward on, but. Not that I had difficult with this boss just previously, but yeah, no, you... Seconds. And the nice thing, too, if you're playing through any of the boss challenge stuff, is that, like, you use your most recent Eve setup. So, like, any of the upgrades you have, all the tumblers and skills and stuff like that carry over to it.
You defeated it, Eve. Amazing.
It wasn't an Alpha Natiba.
It wasn't, but still so strong. Things will only get harder.
Split that man's in half.
Maybe. Anyway, please show me the next route, Adam.
Right, hold on. Let me take a look at the map data. As the crow flies, the Hall of Records isn't too far from here. But an entire block is submerged. We have to find a way to cross.
Are you saying that there's no way?
I found it. Do you see the sign behind the stone statue? There's a transportation device there that you can use.
Little rail car.
What? You really think that these abandoned devices are still going to work?
Well, the supply camp was in one piece. Let's just try to stay positive.
Uh-huh, positive. Sure.
Probably gonna get another weapon core from this too. So if that's the case, then we can obviously, yeah, we can just go upgrade the sword again. Simple as, baby. And we can just annihilate everything. And now you also find like corpses of other so the characters refer to them as angels, but they're other like airborne squad members that you can find from previous attempts to wipe out the Alpha Nahibas. And you get like what they call body cores or beta cores, and those would upgrade your health bar or your beta skill bar accordingly. So I'm curious that if we find them, if that carries over as well too. I'm gonna assume yes, but if the weapon core stuff is any sort of indicator, but I haven't done really any like research into the New Game Plus stuff, I'll be honest. So we'll just kind of cross that bridge when we get there, for the most part. So it's still good. Even though there isn't really stuff we need in these boxes, it's still probably a good idea to. It's our little backstab. It's good because I didn't want to deal with them, but we're gonna have to deal with this one. And you probably saw it on the boss, and you can see it on these enemies as well too. So they have like 3 bars and you're attacking them. So the white one's obviously the health bar. Below it, in blue, there's the shield bar. And then when they kind of like sputter black, you can kind of almost see like a black mist on them. Not this guy. Well, he did now, but like that's when their shield breaks. You kind of get like a brief like half second to stun them for the most part, which is nice. And then obviously they receive more damage, and then on stronger enemies, like not like these little crawler dudes, but on stronger enemies like those guys we were fighting earlier, this might be some sort of clothing, I'm pretty sure. Nope, Exospine. Okay. And I think we can get enhanced versions of the Exospines as well too, which is really handy to have, because you can do more damage with Exospines, which is fun to do and nice to have. And then obviously we're not playing hard mode, but if we were doing hard mode, I think then... Shit, where are we supposed to go? Over here, okay. And then that, it's good to have that. So another thing too is you see that those yellow dots below that. So if you parry an enemy 4 times, in this case, or as many times as the size of the bar is, that puts them into like a finishing move state. Now with like shitter enemies like this, it's pretty sure it's a 1-tap. But with like bosses and stuff and stronger enemies, it's basically like you do like a shit ton of damage with 1 move. So it's good to kind of like get really parry happy with bosses. I'll show it later when we get to that point, but like with some bosses, like really not some bosses, with one boss, which is Scarlet, who is the boss that's like the bonus boss that you can play boss challenge, and that's also part of that Nikke collab, who I might just attempt the hard mode just for fun now that we've upgraded a little bit. You can also, there's also a skin for her too, which is kind of neat. And if you're using the skin, then it also changes your appearance when you're in enter tacky mode as well too, which is kind of awesome. And then we'll do her big hat as well. Assuming I have it. Yeah, there we go. So now, yeah, we'll fight Scarlet as Scarlet. But yeah, she just like straight up like you can, because you basically got to be like a master parrying and dodging to kind of like get a grip on her anyway, and spamming like specific beta skills. But yeah, like when you get into that like the finishing mode, she just doesn't fucking she just like laughs it off basically, which is kind of funny. It just doesn't work on her. So. Upgrade the camp. So I think there's like 90 of these camps in the game. I have it, but there was specifically an achievement for finding them all. So you got to do basically all the side quest stuff. You got to do all of the side quests. You got to do all of the you got to basically like explore every inch of the open world area. And it was funny because it was like I was like scratching my head looking, because like obviously I went online to look at maps and stuff like that, because at that point I was frustrated, and there was like a tiny camp in like one of the second to last areas that I just like I missed just by like I ran past it like twice, which was kind of stupid. So it wasn't like a hard out of place. It was just kind of like in the corner of the map that I kept passing it, and I thought I had it when I was like looking at the map, but no, it was hidden in the corner. And there's like little there's just like phone booths you can find just to fast travel, and those Oh, you're waiting for me. So that's yes, if you do left bumper and B button on the Xbox controller, so that one skill I use there, that's sort of the most like OP skill, especially during bosses, because it knocks them over. So on most boss fights, you can just fucking like jank. It's janky, but you need it. So yeah, I think anything we find that's like a like memos and stuff like that. You can find memos and like data bank entries on corpses and stuff like that. And that's all for like side quest stuff, of course. And these are like an upgraded version of that other guy, which sucks. A slightly more annoying version of what was already, in my opinion, the worst enemy in the game. As far as, like, difficulty and shit goes. Or just, like, real annoyance, because, like I said, like, the, enemy strength sort of scales in progress to where you're located in-game. So if you're, like, fighting the same enemies, but it's a late-game area, you get fucking smoked, which is really annoying. Not that I'm, like, dying left, right, and center, but it's still dumb. I still don't want to deal with it. And you obviously have like strong and weak attacks. Like Y is a strong attack, X is a light attack, and you can chain together combos and stuff like that. That's where I think it's very similar to Ninja Gaiden, is that it's like, you know, like just doing your base attack and stuff like that is kind of built around like chaining these sorts of combos together. And I have no idea what the combos are as far as like me like I just kind of like I like doing like a light heavy one, because I feel like that's like probably the most effective one in my opinion, because it does a lot of damage. But like there's no like I'm not going in and like reading in great detail what the combos are by any stretch. And then a lot of these guys have like lore and shit on them, like corpses, as part of the memos. Oh, and there's one of our dead angels.
May your memories live on forever.
Yeah, so normally you would only need 3 to get an upgrade. So this time around, it looks like we can upgrade them further. So you need 4, which is kind of cool. And anything that's like a human like this, where it shows up, that's obviously like a point of interest that would have data on it. That one did, but that's old data. That's old lore, already collected. So it usually shows up that you got a new one if that's the case, but we don't. And same thing with this. Like it's like you find like a newspaper article in here, and we get it, and you get you do get a little bit of experience from that as well too. And there's some that are pertaining to like the colony and what they call Mother Sphere. And Mother Sphere is sort of the AI that protected humanity, and there's people that like worship it like a god, especially people on the colony. Oh, that's already climbed. What am I doing? So like there's some significance to Mother Sphere, and then there's like it's to get one of the endings, the last one I got, which I would say is probably the true ending to the game, you would have to kind of like get enough Mother Sphere specific content to get another info bar up, and then that so you do have to like endings are dependent, and even like side game content are dependent on what lore you get and stuff like that as well too. So grabbing everything, even if you're like looking for a specific, like even if you went with a different ending, like different playthrough, like I would probably still want to like just kind of collect as much crap as I can. But in this case, you don't really need to do it, but it doesn't hurt to. It's a horse. Let's wipe that out. Too easy. There's some stuff up here, I'm pretty sure, too. Yeah, you can see the lovely yellow paint guiding us to where we need to go. Probably went the wrong way, but you know, it is what it is. There's more uppies to do. What I can see. Whatever. Let us progress further. Stop running, damn it. Enemies are usually really stupid. Well, no, they're not really stupid. They do like. I'm surprised that one like didn't turn around immediately while it was backing away from me, because like usually they're aware of you almost like too fast sometimes. This is one of the puzzle ones, so this we don't need a password for. Huzzah! Be too easy. And the little robot guys here drop stuff too, as you can see.
What was that just now?
It's a machine that collects relics. It's rare, so make sure to hold on to it if you come across one.
Actually, now that I think about it too, just because I picked some of that up, like that, any of those items that are like polymer material, you need that so you can unlock skins, but then you need to actually like build them. So in the case of that one there that's polymer material, that's a resource that you need for that. So you get mostly from chests for those, so that one's probably worth hanging on to. So that is sort of another incentive too. Use all that shit, save all that stuff up. So I'm sure I got a ton of it carrying over, but you never, it never hurts to have a lot of it. Heal up because we're stupid right now. Too bad, so sad, buddy. Kill him. Take these guys out too, why not? Fucking kamikaze. So we need another beta key. Or beta cell. Sorry, what they... Grab some gaties. Another horse. Which we will one tap because they're kind of annoying, so I can't be fucking bothered. There's one alongside like an optional boss later on, and just a pain in the ass to deal with them because the boss has like an AoE attack that I keep spamming. So you're getting spammed with his AoE attack while you're fucking trying to fend off this horse. Really annoying.
Nice.
The road is submerged.
I know. But it's our only option.
All right.
Swimming step's kind of annoying too. But you get that little beep loop with the submarine sonar when you use that. Just kind of funny to me. Use this scan. There are not many swimming segments, thankfully. Now, it gives you a rough idea of where those keys are, too. Where the passwords go to. Flooded underground parking lot. Yes, that's an area. That's for later. Or for this door, one of the two. Probably the door. Yeah. Come on. Yep. Oh, that's a first. I read that wrong completely. That was just me being stupid this time. Oopsies. Not a camp. Alright, I can upgrade something. Oh yeah, extra spines. Never mind. I'll look at the new ones later. There's no real rush. Now, I don't remember if it's here or if it's in the area after this.
Where's the transportation device?
Yeah, it might be over here.
Try activating this monorail panel.
There's, yeah, I think it's in the next one.
You have to reorganize the code in order to restore power.
But I think in the next area, there was a initial skin you can get, so I think we can get like a alternate version of it.
Try activating the monorail panel again.
But we'll find out.
Something is heading our way.
Don't worry, it's the monorail.
This ancient electronic device is our transport.
All right then. After you.
Very bougie looking streetcar. Toronto City could never. Toronto PTC, Toronto Transit Commission could never make such a aesthetically pleasing looking interior to a monorail. The hat just phases. Well, survivor's kill cutscene here.
just remembering something from yesterday.
That phases back in. Like a lot of the shit's like all overgrown and stuff too. I don't know. I think it's this aesthetically. I think it's the best area in the game.
Well, that's what happens when a city becomes devoid of humanity.
It's kind of lifeless. It's kind of not at the same time. It's pretty cool.
What are you going to do after you defeat the Alpha Nativa?
All airborne squad members exist for one sole purpose.
Just gotta quickly set something up here while we
Complete the mission.
You mean the
cutscene it.
all Nativas, right? To think that the point of your existence is to snuff out another species. No fun in that.
Important business today because the Azure Lane live stream for the it's the 7th anniversary for the fucking global version of the game. So of course I got to watch that when we're done here. So yeah, so these would be like where you'd find like the skins and the earrings and stuff like that. So this one is, yeah, so it's like another diving suit, like the same design as all the other. What's the word I'm looking for here? All the other airborne squad members. So they have like different designs depending on what generation of airborne squad member they are.
The good thing is you won't have to go in the water. The Hall of Records is that way.
Now, what's cool about this game too is that every named area, so like when you run into this where it's like, oh, flooded sector or whatever, all has its own soundtrack. And there's like, it'll change into a different soundtrack when you get into battles and stuff like that too, which is kind of cool. So, I'm pretty pumped about that.
It might be best to stay away from the water. Looks like there's electricity.
Oh, didn't see you there. Make things easier for myself. This just brings us back to the platform or something, right? Yeah. Can't open that door. I don't think there's a crate or anything here. Yeah, no. But yeah, the flooded sector I think has like the coolest track, in my opinion. Aside from like some of the boss fights on, Raven, who's another airborne squad member, who's a character we'll start seeing a little bit later in the game that shows up. I think she's got a theme that's like really super cool as well. And then one of like the late game bosses, I think in like the 4th or 5th area, it's like this really cool kind of like it reminds you a lot of that one. Reminds you a lot of like very Nikke-esque because it's sort of kind of like K-rock style, like kind of metalcore-esque one, which is kind of neat, and it fits the boss well, which is kind of cool. So I think we can go to this part. Yeah, we can. This is still flooded even when the area stopped being flooded. There's just some like optional stuff here. I ain't fucking around. Chesteroo. Get some polymers because we want those. That was sort of the, if I'm not mistaken, sort of the extent of coming over to the spot. There might be like data here, I'm not sure. It doesn't look like it though. Oh, we're almost at one of the new upgrades, which is cool. Crawl our way back. Yeah, we don't want to go down there because we'll die instantly. Because it's electrified is the excuse. I just really want to go the other way this time. Oop. Went the wrong way. Right way if you're going under the water, but you can kind of just like fall and avoid a couple enemies if you really want to. You can progress down a little bit because it goes like straight down. But we want to get into the clock tower area if I'm not mistaken. I think that's the, yeah, we needed the code for that door. Yep. Yay, first try.
Shopping done.
Charge our shit, save the game.
Adam, do you meet airborne squad members from the colony often?
No, not really. Yesterday I just happened to be around the area. I've never seen such a large-scale airborne operation.
Why did you save me?
I'm not really sure. It just felt right. Like I was meant to. It's hard to describe. It's just a short, intense feeling.
Get it, Adam and Eve? Haha. That's not heavy-handed at all. Not on the nose at all. Thank you, sir.
Just what you'd expect from a pro.
Open the box. Get our shit. One polymer, please. I'm pretty sure this is the long, obnoxious way around. But we'll take it anyway. Get some kills in.
It's a bit too far for that. How about you try jumping and dashing?
No need, buddy. Too good for that. Too many skills for that.
Everything looks like an apocalypse.
What?
Nothing. Just talking to myself.
What? Oh yes, and all the airborne squad members have British accents for some reason. You saw that with Taki, you'll see that with another character we'll run into shortly. Assuming I actually get to the end of the area like we're supposed to. Don't need, yeah. This, I think, is the clock.
Another headache. Okay.
1225, I think is what it is. Yeah. Oh. Hello, sir. You're dead. That's fine. You're allowed.
I can see the Hall of Records. We're almost there now.
Activate the camp. Gotta do what we gotta do. There's something in this area. I'm just trying to remember what it is. I think it's glasses. So I don't know if there's like those have alternates or anything like that. Let's loot some guys. He did. So what it is people's because they're all cybernetically augmented, people's memories are saved onto like USB sticks, data sticks, so you can collect them. And that's sort of like, excuse me, how you get immortalized in a sense is having your data kind of saved on these USB sticks. This is the area we were kind of supposed to go, if I remember correctly. Oh no, this is back to the clock tower, right? Yeah. Or not. I don't even remember anymore. Oh no, this is the right way. Okay, we're good. Now, what you could do here, there's this little pond, and you could fish in the pond with the fishing rod. There's a few areas in the game where you can fish, and you need to. This has like there's one that has like majority of the fish, but this one is you need to fish in this one because you got to get like a fucking whatchamacallit from it. There's a swordfish you got to get. You can only catch it in here, stuff like that. It's pretty stupid. Yeah, so we just kind of went backwards there for a sec, but we got a little faster.
It's a victory monument. The Hall of Records is under there.
This guy's looking a little alive. So we'll correct that, remedy that. I think there's something we gotta activate or something like that. Yeah, down here. Need a power core for it. Do we have one? Nope.
Looks like the fusion cell's dead. Wait, I'm sensing another fusion cell around here.
Yeah, it doesn't work. It's the elevator. Okay.
Nothing's happening.
Need to power it up first.
It wasn't like this before.
Gotta put the battery in.
It was put through a reset when the power was cut off. I'll have to verify the credentials.
Why don't we force our way in?
Let's not do that. If the safety system goes off, we'll never be able to enter.
Gotta find that fusion core.
I scanned the credentials.
Oh, can't go that way yet.
Let's look around the victory monument first. stairs lead to the power control room.
Yeah, we're just down there, brother. There's stairs on the other side. Oh, blocked off. So I gotta probably find the passcode for it. It's in there, if I remember correctly. I could be, and I probably am wrong. So, yeah. Nope, we're right.
The code to the power control room.
Just needed to find the right corpse, that's all. How convenient.
Great. Power has been restored. We'll head down to the Hall of Records now.
Alright, making good progress. Like some of these areas are long. Like it's just nice. Like there's a lot of stuff to see and do, which is cool. Like I think we're only at like a halfway point. That's good. It'd be one thing if it wasn't a fun game. But it's fun. I enjoy it immensely.
I can't believe we're in the Hall of Records. It's like a dream.
That's why we're playing it. Or doing that new
Now
game
all we
plus.
have to do is find the hyperdrive.
At the start of the 22nd century, humanity's right to life was threatened by advanced global warming. Having foreseen this, Mother Sphere ensured mankind could meet this challenge. The eons-long process of natural adaptation resolved near instantly. The body cell replaced the heart and made it possible to survive in environments without oxygen or water. Thanks to advances in biotechnology and
Some deep lore.
nanotechnology, the inconveniences of aging and disease were a thing of the past. This created giant leaps forward in the development of hazardous industrial spaces and space itself. We can now withstand the crushing pressures of the deepest oceans and even exit a space station without the need of a spacesuit.
That's a pretty crazy concept, though, is that you can just be bare-ass naked in space and survive. Just because you got a robot heart.
Humanity's greatest and only hope for survival can be found in Mother Sphere. Please, enjoy the harmony and prosperity of Ados 7, the first city ever built by Mother Sphere, the mother of...
I have no idea what that was all about. Adam, did it make any sense to you?
Mankind's past was buried with the final war. This must be a video from before that time.
Hyper cell. Is this what you're looking for?
Yes, you can extract it from the hyperdrive.
They're a big honking battery.
Great, we accomplished our first objective. Let's go before the power runs out.
And you're supposed to be lugging this thing around the whole time, but We suspend our disbelief here because obviously this is a fucking video game. This isn't IRL.
We got it. The hypercell. This is going to do a lot of good.
That, or we can pretend she hasn't. You know,
Evie,
magical deep pockets.
Okay. Then, can you tell me where the Alpha Nativa is?
of course. It isn't far.
So what I find kind of cool about like E's development as a character is that like obviously she's sort of introduced into this like this universe, and like as it's kind of shown there, she's like really ignorant to the world because she's basically just like born on the space station to be like a super soldier, right? And the way, like the way she interacts with people at first and stuff like that, it's like really stiff, really awkward and stuff like that. So you're kind of like starting off as just sort of like blank slate human, which is kind of neat. And gradually, as like the story progresses and like revelations are had and other characters are introduced. I want to see this attack mode change. That was cool. It just turned into her like Scarlet's AoE attack. So it's kind of funny, or fun, I guess, is you fight 3 bosses, 4 if you include that like very first opening one.
Exhausted before we even get to the Alpha.
Before you even get to like the hub world, which is kind of jokes. That's going backwards again. That's what we shouldn't want, do not want to do. All right. Got my my Azure Lane stream here on mute, but I'll have that set up so I can peek at that every once in a while. But we must. Journey must continue. Because we are on an adventure right now. Okay. Another sneak attack. Stupid dick. We ate like a stupid amount of hits on that boss, though. That's I'm surprised I got damaged as much as we did. Also, like that backstab, like one taps all like non-boss enemies, which is pretty handy. Come here, robot. Ooh, a little Tumblr expansion module. We like that. That's good to have. So yeah, we can upgrade further, which is nice. The Tumblr. And then we can heal more.
Should we head down again?
No, just follow the path and go straight.
And the ruined little highway here.
We've come quite far. How much more do we have to go?
We just have to pass that sewage facility. There must be a way to get
Wow, a
across.
sewer in a video game. What an insane concept.
We can build ourselves a bridge if we use that crane.
If I remember correctly, there are like some goodies around here. Tried to sneak attack us again. That's not gonna work, buddy. Sorry. Not gonna happen. No, actually, no, there was a can around here, and we got all the cans, so non-issue. Not something we need to worry about. Throw this in there. And I don't think we can upgrade the tumbler, but I can definitely upgrade the sword again, which is cool. Yeah, we need one more, so it's three tumblers. 3 modules.
Adam, I have a question.
What is it?
The hypercell. If it sustained the Hall of Records until now, it must be a huge source of energy.
Yes. Even compared to a fusion cell.
Then, where are you planning to use this energy?
Oh, well, it's kind of a long story. But I can explain more when you come back.
Understood. Loud and clear.
Try using the crane.
It's not working.
Oh yeah, we gotta find a password for it.
But there is power. That's strange.
Or something for it.
Oh, we need to...
I gotta find like pieces of it too, or something like that.
3 of them, actually.
Oh.
If the ID cards are needed for the crane, then they should be nearby. I'll look for the closest one first.
Okay, you can take your time.
There's one over here somewhere. Yellow paint says there is. Not wasting my time with that. Yeah, there's one there.
Great. Let's look for the rest.
Swing our way down. Now, if I remember correctly, they all require like some platforming. Oh, you're moving around. There's one over here.
It's the lift that goes to the upper floors. We need power to make it move.
Fuck, I hate those guys so much. They infuriate me.
Look, generator here.
Surprised you didn't notice me either. Because normally it wouldn't let you unlock this if there's like combat's initiated. This is not what we want, but it says goodies. But we'll take all the polymer we can get, that's for sure. Opening chest, good thing. Nope.
The lift should work now.
And we get the elevator, and then we get to key card number 2. Shoddy, not Art Deco construction elevator. Very aesthetically not pleasing.
Wow. What a view.
I wonder what it looked like before the war.
You always gotta have an ominous,
What do you think it looked like?
distant, ethereal, almost looking like a Ferris wheel. Any sort of apocalyptic city setting.
Flora and living people.
That's it? You have no imagination. Then again, I guess you've never been here before. Imagine bustling streets, crystal clean air, and people smiling everywhere you look.
I like how the hat will phase out. That's kind of funny to me. It's too large for the cutscene.
Something like that before, Adam.
Yes, a long time ago.
There's also not really any other skin or anything like that that has a giant fucking goofy looking hat, so.
Just one more.
I think there's some stuff. We go this way. Oop. Oh, there's a chest. Okay. I thought there would. There's glasses somewhere around here, but I'm not really gonna be. I'm not gonna break my nuts fucking looking for something that isn't like a real quote unquote skin. You know what I mean? We want the skins. I'm not really hung up on the accessories as much as I am the actual outfits, because that's the important part in my opinion. That's the highlight of the game, really, in a aesthetic way, aside from the areas, because the areas are cool. What else can I do? Oh, I can unlock the other. So this is the new nano suit here. So yeah, you can craft it. You go from there. This would be my favorite outfit here. This one, the Daily Mascot. I don't know. It just looks. I like kind of like oversized sweaters. It's a cool. I like that aesthetic. On my on my virtual women. Okay, so we did have to go up here. Okay. Here, I thought we were just looking for. Side content. Where's the way up? Here we go. Bye-bye. Not dealing with that. No siree. Yeah, there is a can up here, but there was a can if you're playing in the. If we didn't have all the cans, but again, it's really a non-issue in this case, because like it said, like all that sort of collectible stuff, like the cans and things like that, like we already got the skin for it, already got them. Like you can see the account pop up here just above the SP bar. It says 49 out of 49. That's all the cans.
Nice. Now use them on the pad.
We got them all. So, all right, cool. So we got all the cards. And I didn't mean to do that, but it doesn't matter. Because we're just going right back to... So our first death was stupid. But that's okay. Really just got us to where we wanted to go faster. So it was an optimized death. Because now we can use the crane. And now we can get into our lovely sewer area. Now, there is like you can like break a wall over here or something like that. There's something you can collect, but I'm not really too worried about it. And this doesn't matter too much because,
Let's go to where you placed the structure.
again, we have we got our double jump, we got our air dash and stuff like that. So maneuverability is a non-issue. Now, where is the... Oh, it's right here. Okay, so you need to jump down. Just unnecessary. I think we gotta jump up here. Yeah, the ladder, but we're not taking the ladder. We don't need the ladder. Yeah, so you just go over here. So your ease of access, as far as if this is your first time playing, as far as getting to this, is a little bit more of a pain in the ass. You got to position a lot better.
Excellent. We're almost there. We'll find the Alpha as soon as we get through this place.
Get our little respawn point going. Not that this is a difficult area, but it has these annoying bastards again. Oh, locked on to the wrong guy. Okay, so looking for a piece. And I think I can just open this one. Don't need a password for it. Or it's the puzzle one again. These get more difficult, quote unquote, but really they don't. It's just it becomes like a random order of them instead of going like in order.
Oh, it's collapsing. Do you think you could come down here?
No explodey this time, buddy. Ready for that one.
Let's take a short break here. We have to open the valve to supply water.
Now we can get more of those Omni bolts. So that normally you would get like you can unlock gear sockets. These things here, like you can get like different enhancement gear and stuff like that, and you can have up to 4 of them. But
It's not working.
We'll have to do this manually. Huh? We can't do it manually without the key.
how convenient. Okay, we do have to jump down. Okay, it is water I can fall into. No, it isn't. It's okay. Never mind. Yeah, we're supposed to go down there, but we need a key. It's probably on one of the corpses. Didn't mean to do that either. Oops. Meant to catch the rope. Try this again. Sorry, buddy. There we go. A little more eloquent that time. Get rid of him. Nothing on that. How about you? Just experience, which I'll take. Because we want it. More nano upgrades. I think that was really it down here. Okay, never mind. Yeah, because this is a chest over here, so it doesn't lead down. And it just tells us that we need to go down, but we can't go down because we need the water. Now there is like stuff over here, it looks like. Because I saw a robot and a corpse, yeah. I'm wondering if I can't access it. Now I'm wondering if I can... Maybe I missed something that's like a jump or something over here. It's been a while since I played this area. Yeah, because I can't like... I bet you the game won't make me stick that landing, so... Because we need to go down there. But we need to go down there when there's water. There's a body I missed, apparently. Nope, nothing.
That's it.
Oh.
That's our key.
I just kept walking over the corpse twice.
There isn't enough water. Hold on. You have to dive down to open a different valve.
How convenient. This dead guy here. Take what you got.
We found the key.
Go to the ladder.
That should be enough. You can get out by going back to where you started.
Obviously, since we're, you know, a cyber augmented woman, we can breathe underwater indefinitely. Because you can survive in space, you can survive underwater, right? Oh, time. There we go.
The exit's to the right. We're almost there.
Other right. Robot. I've never been hit with the robots before, so I wasn't sure if their explosions damage you, so answer that question. Minuscule damage.
Finally outside. See that crater over there? That area is Alpha Nativa territory.
What's a drop pod doing there?
It was abandoned a long time ago. Matter of fact, it's what made this crater.
Wait, that's a 5th Airborne Squad drop pod.
Let's take a closer look.
Weird shit. So I think we got two. Oh, no, we don't need the fast travel. Oops, wrong thingy. But we got all the areas, so we're good. So I think we can upgrade our drone. Because I think we got 2 cores from that last one. Yeah, we can. And it's all weapons related one. Shotgun's good to use, I guess, so upgrade that. And voila. We're better than we were.
Let's see what's here.
It says do not open on it,
Wait.
though.
I hear something.
Eve, look up!
Oops. Stupid amount of damage. Second phase. So when they glow red, that means it's a flurry attack. And that's something some enemies do, but really only bosses do that. Too easy. You get another weapon core over here. No alpha core.
My goodness.
we beat the Alpha.
I can't believe this.
This is the Alpha Natiba. You can tell by looking at its core.
An Alpha Core. If she were... Eve,
Hmm?
there's something you need to know. The truth is...
Hello? Here! Can somebody rescue me?
A human voice?
In the pod!
If you're there, please help!
What the? A survivor from the airborne
And
squad.
she's wearing the other outfit, so again, everything just carried it over, which is nice.
Signal.
Huh? Yes. Yes, it was me. You're a member of the 7th Airborne Squad, right?
Yes. And you?
Right. Let me introduce myself. I'm an engineering support of the 5th Airborne Squad. Lily Artemis II. But you can just call me Lily.
So just to recap, you were in that hideout waiting for another squad to arrive for almost 2 years?
And then you met us.
Yes. Thank you so much for saving me. I've been waiting a long time for the next squad to come in. It's been really...
You could just hide in a hide in a dropship because you can't die.
To
It's,
find you when we did.
you had bioengineered cores.
You're from the airborne
Hide for
Squad
2 years.
Task Force, right?
Yes.
Then I can be your engineering support. Of course, I will need proper equipment first.
Equipment? Well, I did want to say something earlier.
What is it?
Actually, there's a city where other survivors, besides me, live.
What? Really?
It's called Zion, humanity's last city. If we go there, there might be people that can help us. I have a safe house with some equipment I bet you would want.
Then let's head there quickly.
Before that, I would like to ask you something. Currently, Zion is holding out under the guidance of Oracle, who is also our spiritual leader. It's complicated. Eve, I imagine completing your mission isn't any easier having lost your comrades. So, please, help me save Zion. If you do, I promise Oracle and I will do everything we can to help you on your mission. It's about joining forces and helping each other, just like we did before.
Zion.
Yes. Thanks to teamwork.
I like how there's an option for no, but I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, they did it the first time. And they were like, ah, you're just being dumb. Well,
Yes. I suppose there's no reason to say no.
that's how they frame it.
However, I want to decide after hearing the story from that person you're calling Oracle.
That shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, I can definitely get behind that idea.
Well, I guess that settles that. All right then, let's head to Zion.
Yes!
Alright, so that's our first area done. Then, like I said, there's justification to come back for it, which we probably will do, again, just because of skin hunting. And it's kind of a neat little area, too. The when you lower the water levels, you can kind of do some exploring down there as well, too, in the flooded sector one, which is cool. And again, it has the best, I think it has like the most like fitting soundtrack of all the Idaho 7's areas. So I think it's pretty cool personally.
Wow! Look at that!
see a city in a place like this?
During its prime, over 100,000 people called it home. Obviously, now there are fewer. The place you see below is my safe house. The auxiliary engine's output is weak, so things can get bumpy. Hold on tight.
Wow, a whole city underneath the wasteland.
You can hear the camp sound too.
Amazing.
Even in the darkest times, it's always safe to bet on human survival instinct.
So, where do we go?
No time for breaks. Typical Eve. Oracle isn't a
I
presence
don't think we need to activate the kit. Yeah, it says we know. Alright, so. We're going to call the stream there for now. Only because we've made it to the next area, which is nice. So, with that, we found Lily. We got the first Alpha Core, and we got through Ido 7 for the first time. So, we'll leave it at that for now. I'm going to play more Stellar Blade going forward, because I want to play it, and it seems to be somewhat streamable. But like I said, it's not going to be like the first playthrough mindset. This is going to be more kind of like we're going to be just kind of a streamlined experience, and that's also for the purposes of streaming it as well too. So the new Game Plus version mode works out kind of optimal for that, which is good. So with that, we'll leave that for now. We'll do some more of this next week, probably on Saturday again. And then we'll be back Thursday with more Gacha Game Gooner Slop extravaganza. And then Friday, I haven't really figured out what I'm going to do Friday yet, but it'll be fun. So I'm not too worried about that. Anyways, till Thursday, enjoy your weekend, guys, and have a good one. Bye.